Did you know that the circle of fifths is one of the most important and useful visual tools in music? By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding on how to use it to make learning songs easier, writing your own composition smoother, and understanding music theory more intuitively. We'll first break down what circle of fifths actually is and how it works. I'll explain it in a simple, beginner-friendly way so you can grasp the basics quickly. Then we'll dive into chord families, understanding which chords naturally sound good together and how the circle of fifths helps us figure that out. Finally, I'll show you how you can apply this tool into your own playing, whether you're learning songs, improvising, or writing music. Stick with me until the end so we can unlock one of the most important concepts in music theory together. Before diving into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel in order to stay updated with new weekly videos like this and enjoy understanding the core of your favorite songs and even your own compositions. So the circle of fifths is a diagram that shows the relationship between the 12 major and minor keys in music. It helps us understand chord relationships, how to modulate smoothly between keys, and what chords sound and blend perfectly with each other. As we can see at the top, we have C major, which has no sharps or flats. If from C we move clockwise, we have G, D, A, E, B, and F sharp. And if we move counterclockwise from it, we have F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat, which is the same with F sharp. Now, very important. Moving clockwise from C, we go with a perfect fifth interval each time, which means a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 half steps or 7 semitones. And moving counterclockwise from C, we go by a perfect fourth interval each time, which means 5 half steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thus, if we move in clockwise direction, we call it circle of fifths, and if we move in counterclockwise direction, we call it circle of fourths. Now, each step adds 1 sharp to the key signature. So G major has 1 sharp, D major has 2, and so on. Now, if we move counterclockwise, each step adds 1 flat. F major has 1 flat, B major has 2, and so on. Now, why is this important? Because every key has a set of chords that naturally belong together, and these are called chord families. For example, in C major, the primary chords are C, which is the 1 chord, F, which is the 4 chord, and G, which is the 5 chord. These chords form the foundation of many easy songs. They are all in major chords, and that means that they convey only happy, bright, and uplifting moods. Let's see this simple 1, 4, 5 chord progression in C major, and it goes like this. Happy, right? Now let's try the same thing in G major. Now the 1, 4, 5 chords in G major are G, C, and D, as our root note is now G. And this chord progression in G major is played like this. See how easy it is to shift between keys using the circle of fifths? This works also for minor keys. If we take A minor, which is the relative minor of C major, the main chords are A minor, D minor, and E minor. And the chord progression will sound like this. This means you can use the circle of fifths to quickly identify chords when playing songs by ear also. This is super important because you also understand better why chord progressions are the way they are and how the chords relate to each other. Now the next thing we need to understand is the relativity between chords. Relative chords are one of the most fundamental concepts in music theory, especially helping musicians understand the relationships between major and minor keys. They play a crucial role in songwriting, improvisation, and harmonization. Relative chords are chords that belong to the same key but have different tonal centers. The most common example is the relationship between major and minor scales. Each major key has a corresponding relative minor key and vice versa. For example, C major scale has the relative minor A minor scale. G major scale has the relative minor E minor scale. Even though these pairs have different starting notes, they contain the exact same notes, meaning they share the same key signature. The relative minor is always found by going down a minor third or counting to the 6th degree of the major scale. Thus, C major chord has the relative minor A minor because we go down 1, 2, 3 half steps, okay? D major has a relative minor of 1, 2, 3 B minor. F major 1, 2, 3 D minor, and A major has a relative minor F sharp minor, and so on. In a key, chords are built on each scale degree. Let's look at the diatonic chords, which are chords built from a key scale in C major. In C major, the first chord is a tonic. The second chord is a supertonic. The E minor is a mediant. F major is subdominant. G major is a dominant. A minor is a relative minor, which is tonic in minor, okay, the one chord in a minor key. And B is a diminished chord, which is the leading tone. Note that each major key has a relative minor, which starts on the 6th degree. If we rearrange this into A minor's perspective, we get A minor, which is the tonic, B diminished, which is the supertonic, C major, which is the mediant, D minor, which is the subdominant, E minor, which is the dominant, F major, which is the submediant, and G major, which is the leading tone that perfectly gives us to A minor chord. Notice that all the chords are the same, but their functions change depending on whether you're in a major or minor key. But there is more in order to properly understand the relationship between chords and how we can use them understanding songs, so we need to further analyze some concepts about the emotions conveyed by those chords and how we can use them for songwriting, improvisation, and etc. But before we do, make sure to subscribe to this channel in order to see more videos like this every week. Since major and minor keys share the same chords, you can often replace a major chord with its relative minor, or the other way around, to add variation and color. For example, in C major we have something and a variation using relative minor chords would be the second version sounds softer, more emotional, and less predictable, making it great for expressive composition. Now let's see what modulating between major and minor keys is about. Since major and minor keys share the same notes, transitioning between them is smooth and natural. Many songs modulate between a major key and its relative minor for dramatic effect. For example, Yesterday by the Beatles, which starts in F major, then shifts to D minor, or another good example is Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, which moves between A minor and C major. An example of happy to melancholic mood shift is the 1-5-6-4 chord progression, which let's see is in C, G, A minor, and F. And this is used in many famous pop songs, including Someone Like You by Adele, Let It Be by the Beatles, Forever Young by Alphaville, etc. Relative chords are essential for understanding chord progressions, smooth modulation between keys, making chord substitutions in songwriting, and improvising with confidence. By recognizing how major and minor keys share the same chords, you can instantly expand your playing, whether you're composing, accompanying, or improvising. Next time you're playing a song in a major key, try using the relative minor and see how this transforms the mood, and the other way around also. Did you know that each chord has its own level of complexity and various emotional vibes? Check out this video. You'll see how important chords are in music.